After 6 tense days under the Gold Dome, Colorado's special session wrapped up tonight. Thanks for joining us tonight on Denver 7 News at 5. I'm Micah Smith.
And I'm Jessica Porter. Glad you're with us. It was a week dominated by high-stakes negotiations and drama. Lawmakers wrestled with the state's budget shortfall, managing to find a way to close a nearly $800 million gap. They also sparred over the future of artificial intelligence regulations before punting on what would have been a first-in-the-nation push to regulate AI. And we witnessed a rarity, the potential political censure of a lawmaker who ultimately resigned while under fire. It has been a whirlwind stretch that will leave a lasting mark on Colorado politics.
And we start tonight with that partisan fight over the removal of a now former representative, Ryan Armagost. Denver 7's Brandon Richard is live at the state capitol. Brandon, heated words today from both sides of the aisle about Armagost.
Yeah, that's right. What's tense moments in the House chamber this afternoon, leading the Republican leader to storm out of the chamber. And there's been a big partisan divide, in fact, throughout these last 6 days of the special session.
Lawmakers gave final approval to their last batch of bills aimed at addressing the $783 million budget cap. The Democratic majority strategy focused on ending tax breaks, dipping into state reserves, and cutting spending.
I mean, we came in here to fix a $1 billion hole that was blown in our budget by federal Republicans.
They got little help from Republicans who accused Democrats of raising taxes.
We were here to cut, and we ended up spending.
The special session wasn't just about the budget. The governor asked lawmakers to look at changing Colorado's first-in-the-nation AI law after the tech industry and business leaders expressed concerns. But in a stunning announcement, the Senate Majority Leader said a deal that had been reached had suddenly collapsed.
Business, consumer protection advocates, labor, and educators came together, but big tech didn't like the deal. Because they don't like the liability,
lawmakers voted to delay the law to next summer, giving them time to try again during their 2026 session. Lawmakers in the House spent their final hours debating a resolution condemning former state representative Ryan Armagost. Armagost resigned last week after Democrats announced a plan to censure him for taking a photo of Democratic lawmaker Yara Zokai and sharing it in a private group chat where she was mocked for her attire.
I think that what I experienced was incredibly hard for me and my family, but indicative of a greater cultural issue.
Republicans called the move highly partisan, and the Republican leader stormed out of the chamber after she says Democrats accused her of lying. In a text message to Denver 7, Armagost dismissed the resolution, calling it an attempt to distract Colorado voters from the perpetually increasing horrific nonsense being pulled by the Democrats in that building.
And despite what Republicans said during the debate, most of them, nearly all of them, in fact, voted in favor of the resolution. And they later clarified with me that, look, they didn't have a problem with Representative Zokai and what she went through. Their problem, they say, was with the Democratic leadership. They believe the Democratic leadership played partisan politics with this issue. Micah?
Yeah, Brandon, it sounds like that political volleyball was really being thrown back and forth. Brandon, what happens now that the session has wrapped up?
Well, after each of these sessions ends, we usually will convene with lawmakers, or lawmakers, I should say, will convene a press conference. The Republicans actually just held their press conference. Democrats will hold their press conference tomorrow. And the point of these press conferences is just to talk about what happened over the special session. And then after that, lawmakers will get back to work preparing for the next regular session, which starts in January. At the Capitol, Brandon Richard, Denver 7.